Hi, I'm Birdie Galaxy, and this is the Lunatic Fringe. Welcome if you're new around here, and welcome back to all of my subscribers. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed and liked so far. I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm so excited about that, and I really appreciate everybody who has left comments and positive feedback and encouragement, and I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. So this month we have a lot of movement happening in Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries, as well as the opposite of Aries, Libra, when we have a full moon. So we're going to have a new moon in Pisces and then a full moon in Libra, which will touch your Libra and your Aries houses. There's also going to be a lot of movement into Pisces, so we will get into that for your specific rising sign. If you want to know what's happening for you in the month of March, what all of this energy moving into Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries is going to mean for you, stick around. Okay, Leo rising. As we start out the month of March, Mercury and the Sun are both in Pisces in your 8th house. Now, on the 9th of the month, Mercury, or the Magician, this is the energy of manifestation, of magic and creation. The Magician is the tarot card that has all of the elements. So the Magician, or Mercury, has all the resources it needs to manifest or to create anything. So Mercury is your mind, your thoughts. Mercury is moving into Aries, which is your 9th house. Now, the 9th house is like higher thought, bigger thoughts. It is the house of philosophy and your maybe academic or intellectual pursuits in a sort of collegiate level. So Mercury, this planet of the mind, moving into another house of the mind, is bringing out a period of enthusiastic intellectual exploration. And it opens up this fervent energy, this intense energy for your pursuit of new ideas and new philosophies. Now on the 10th of the month, right, the next day, right after Mercury moves in, we have the moon, or the high priestess. This is your intuition, your gut instinct, as well as that feeling of belonging to a family, or having some sort of being rooted to something. So the moon moves into Pisces. Pisces is your 8th house. The 8th house is the house of personal transformation, of intimacy, both within yourself as well as with a partner. It's also the house of shared resources. That can be income resources, that can also be taxes or debts or inheritances. So when the moon moves into Pisces in your 8th house and joins the sun at 20 degrees of Pisces, they come together for a new moon. Now, new moons are times of new energy, a time to start something fresh, start something new, revamp something that you may have started before and fell off. So it's time for new energy. Now, a new moon happening in your 8th house in Pisces. Now, Pisces is a psychic and an emotional sign, and the 8th house is also a psychic and an emotional house. So these energies are not only harmonizing, but they're amplifying this deep emotional experience. So this movement of this new moon happening in your 8th house can really signify a powerful time for deep healing, deep transformation, and spiritual rebirth in matters relating to your shared resources, your intimacy, and any kind of unseen realms of your life. This is a really good time to make some new plans or start some new adventures or activities regarding your psyche, regarding your things that maybe trigger you, some past traumas, some kind of psychic things that may prevent you from being wholly intimate with another person. Those are the types of things that this new moon is opening up opportunities for you to explore and to start new programs or new schedules or new routines of addressing that. Now, the very next day, on March 11th, Venus, which has been over here in Aquarius, moves into Pisces. So when Venus moves into this 8th house Pisces party, it brings even more of that deep emotional intimacy and that transformative power to yourself, to your psyche, and to your deep emotional being. This can open up some profound love and spiritual bonds within those who you share resources with, or within someone that you have some financial connection or financial matter to. So the 8th house can be a very deep transformative house where you are having to change the way you look at yourself and the way that you dive deep into your own psyche. And that has a great effect on the shared resources that you have with maybe a partner or other family members or a work resource or something like that. Now, speaking of new beginnings, on the 19th of the month, a little bit early this year, but the sun moves into Aries as well. And that marks the spring equinox, or the first day of spring, or the astrological new year. So when the sun moves into Aries, we are starting the year all over again. And the sun is our vitality. The sun is joy and success and that just life force that pushes you to the strive to be. So this intense luminary energy of the sun moving over here into Aries on the first day of the astrological new year illuminates a period of dynamic exploration, growth, and new beginnings in your spiritual and your philosophical pursuits. Because like we were talking about with Mercury in the 9th house, the 9th house is about higher intellect and cultural experiences. So this can really open up a new quest for knowledge, for higher knowledge, as well as this desire, this thirst for adventure. So Leo rising, you are really wanting to expand your horizons and explore. On March 22nd, Mars, which has also been hanging out in Aquarius with Pluto, where Pluto will be for the next 20 years, Mars moves on into Pisces along with Venus and bringing out that intense energy of Mars. Mars is the tower. Mars is that bolt of electricity. It's just this raw energy, and it has the ability to light a fire under us and push us forward in a certain situation. So here again, we're back in the 8th house. So Mars coming into that house brings out a time where your assertive action and your energy are directed towards exploring these hidden desires and exploring your deep psychological ability to transform. It's also bringing out maybe some more intuitive characteristics of yourself that you didn't know you had, or you know that you have, and you are pursuing being able to use those psychic or intuitive gifts. This is all leading to just spiritual growth. The 8th house can be an intense time. Anytime you have experiences in the 8th house, it really dissects you and tears you open, but it is for spiritual growth. Now on March 25th, the moon will have made its way all the way over to Libra. Libra is the opposite of Aries. When we have a full moon, the sun and the moon are in opposition to each other, and that energy is pulling away, pulling apart from each other, separating from each other. So when we have full moons, this is an opportunity when the universe is sort of shining the light on some areas in life where we need to find balance. And these are generally two very opposite areas of life. So for you, Leo rising, this is that sun and mercurial energy happening in your 9th house, your house of higher education, philosophy, and adventure and exploration, versus these emotions that you're experiencing around your own expression, your own self, your own mind. So this heightens your communication and your partnership dynamics. You're illuminating your own mind as opposed to this group mind, or it might be conflicting with this group thinking. This can trigger a balancing act between your assertiveness and cooperation in relationships, particularly when it comes to your close-knit community or your neighborhood, or with siblings as well. This can have a lot to do with siblings. So there's some need here to find balance between your personal desires, your personal ideals and philosophies, as well as those in the larger group perspective. Now, one last thing I want to talk about, Leo. On April 1st, and I always find it funny when Mercury does this on April 1st, but on April Fool's Day, Mercury, which is in Aries, in your 9th house, we've already talked about that, Mercury will go retrograde. And I'm mentioning this now because there is a shadow period for retrogrades. It's about 2 weeks before the retrograde and 2 weeks after the retrograde. And this means that we may, depending on where this is happening in our chart and how close it is to personal planets, we may be feeling more of that in the beginning, or it can last longer for some people. So I just want to put this information out there so that you are ready for it. By mid-February, you can be feeling this Mercury, by mid-March, you could be feeling this Mercury retrograde activity happening. And what does that mean for you specifically, Leo rising? Well, we already talked about the Mercury and Aries energy. So this can, with the Mercury going retrograde, when it brings a time for us to have to reevaluate, reassess, rethink, replan something, this can bring challenges and miscommunications in these matters relating to your higher education, relating to travel, relating to philosophical beliefs. So this is a period of introspection and reassessment of your own beliefs and your own intellectual pursuits. So there's going to be a lot of evaluation going on here, Leo, between maybe some ideas about travel or philosophy or higher education, pursuit of higher education, or learning something about another culture versus your own personal ideas and your own thoughts and your own goals and pursuits, especially when it comes to your mind and how you think about things. So that's what I have for you, Leo rising. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Please give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers. Perhaps I've already broken that by the time you're watching this. Again, thank you. See you next time. Bye.